officially Tay or Shantae. It doesn't matter. I go by both. This is my first YouTube video. Yay! Okay. So hopefully you guys continue to watch me. I hope I'm interesting enough. People say I'm interesting or crazy or just different when I'm not on camera, but hopefully I'm like that on camera so y'all learn to love this space. Today, my first video would be a story time about my horrible roommate experience. Like, it was bad. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it wasn't good. Like, it was very awkward and messy, literally messy. So enough chit chat, I'ma hop right into the video. So I go to the college, University of West Georgia, and I lived in the university suites. So when you first walk in, it's a kitchenette. It's not that big. And then there's a door with two other girls. And then on the other side is my door with me and my roommate in it. So when I moved in, my roommate was not there, but her stuff was there. So obviously she picked her side of the room and everything. But she didn't come to the room at all while I was being moved in. So my parents didn't get to meet her. But hours later, when everybody was moved in and settling down, I was on my bed trying to like set up lights, I think. And she came in. And when she came in, I don't know, it wasn't really a welcoming hi or greeting. Because when she walked in, she looked at me. And I don't know, like, you know when you meet somebody, you get this like feeling whether you know if they're gonna be like friendly or rude or passive. It like when you meet somebody, you know the vibes. But for me, I didn't get a vibe from her. I didn't know she was gonna be nice or weird or anything. It was just nothing, which was weird. So when she walked in, I saw her, I said, "Hi, my name's Shantae and I'm your roommate." And she was like, "Hi, I'm gonna give her a fake name. I'm Abby." And yeah, that was it. She just said hi in her name. So after that, I was just like, cool. And then it was dead silent. Like, it was so quiet, which was weird because when you meet somebody, don't you want to get to know them? Especially if you're going to be, like, sleeping in the same bed 6 feet away from me. So I just thought that was weird that she didn't even try to get to know me. Or, I don't know. It seemed like she didn't want to have a conversation with me, so I just left it. But we had a floor meeting, and I asked her if she was gonna go, and she said yeah. We walked to the floor meeting together. And after the floor meeting, I was walking back to my room, and she was kind of behind me a little bit. So when I opened the door, I held it because I thought she was gonna come in, you know, being nice, generous. Is that how you use generous? It doesn't matter. I was being nice. And she just walked straight past the door. I didn't expect an explanation, but I don't know. Being in that situation, it felt weird that I'm just like holding the door for her and she just doesn't look at me, like acknowledge me, and just walk straight past me. But you know what? It's whatever. But she didn't come to the room that night. She didn't come back. But later on, I found out that she was from the area. So she most likely got out of college and had friends who went there, so she would hang out with her friends. But she didn't come back to that room that night, which didn't really bother me, but we're gonna get into it. As the days go by, she doesn't really come back to the room. She doesn't come to the room to stay. Like, she did not stay in our room. She didn't sleep in there. So I was thinking maybe she's like uncomfortable. Maybe she's shy. Maybe she's uncomfortable like with the fact that she has to share a room with another girl. And I would have thought that would have been a perfect opportunity to get to know me because I'm cool. She would come in and out the room, to like get something or change clothes, but she would not stay in that room longer than 5 minutes, probably less than that. So I just thought that, and that went on for like probably a month. It's been a month now, and she hasn't really stayed in the room. And one day she comes in with this guy, and the guy, he was super, super nice. Like, he saw me and was like, hey, I'm Max. Give him a fake name too. Hi, I'm Max. Like, it's nice to meet you. He saw my Jamaican flag and was like, oh, are you Jamaican? What is it like over there? What part? Is your family from there too? Like, he was asking me so many questions and keeping in conversation with me. Like, I felt so normal. Like, cause she never talked to me. Throughout this month, from my first day there until a month, she did not talk to me at all. At points, I would see her and say hi, but then I just stopped. Because every time I say hi, she would say hi back, like she didn't want to say hi. So I was just thinking, what's the point? I'm gonna just stop talking to you because it seemed like you don't want to talk to me. So after meeting her boyfriend, that guy turned out to be her boyfriend. He was really cool, and I think I saw him like 3 more times, and every time he kept a decent conversation with me. I think about 2 weeks after I meet him, she comes in the room again. Keep in mind, she doesn't stay there. She comes in the room again, and of course I'm there. She comes in and she's looking for something, I think. And she turns around and says, oh, by the way, me and Max broke up, so I'm gonna be staying here a lot more. And I was like, okay, that's fine, it's your room too, but if you don't mind me by asking, why did y'all break up? And she said something happened at a party and he broke up with her publicly and it was embarrassing. He was doing too much, stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, hope you get better. I don't know. And that was that. So after her and Max broke up, she was in the room some days, like, to sleep in there. During the day, she was never in this room, but she was sleeping there some nights, and when she was in there, she never talked. To me, it was just awkward. Like, when she'll be on her bed and I'll be on my bed, it's like she turns her back away from my bed so that I won't see her face or she won't see my face. Like, it was just weird. Like, anytime I was on a call and she walked in, I would just tell the person I'm gonna call you back, because I feel like it's weird with me just being on the phone and her listening to my conversations. It's weird. I didn't like that at all. That was my main problem with her, is that she just didn't want to talk to me. Fast forward, in October, she had snapped me. It was like, do you mind if I have a friend come over and we just chill? And I was like, no, I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna be in the library or eating or something. I don't know. I didn't have any friends, so I wasn't doing much but being in my room. So I think I gave her and her friend like 4 hours of privacy and left them in the room to do whatever they was doing. And when I walked in, the friend was a guy. I didn't know the guy, but I didn't really care. She said a friend. I was like, oh, I don't care. Cool, I gave y'all privacy. And when I walked in, he just didn't look my way or acknowledge me, which was not that I'm expecting him to, because I'm not his company, but it's just, when you walk in, you just say hi or like acknowledge me. This is my room too, sir. So first impression was horrible. I didn't like him just based off of that. So after her and that guy was hanging out, I'm outside of our room, I'm guessing. They got closer and they started dating. Obviously I didn't care because I'm not her friend, but I know they started dating, and he would come over a lot often, and it would kind of bother me, because whenever they were together in the room, they would whisper. When that started happening, I realized that I have a pet peeve of people whispering, and they were literally like, they'll be right next to each other in her bed and I'll be on my bed and they're whispering. Like, it's not like I'm sleeping, studying, doing nothing. I'm probably like on my laptop watching TV or something, and they're whispering. Just talk regularly, like you're not bothering anybody. Just like, why are you whispering? Because he'll be there often, his stuff would be there too. Kind of like, not a lot, probably like a jacket or something, but that didn't bother me. The thing was that she would have piles of clothes on the floor, and obviously some of his clothes are on the floor. But if you have a girlfriend and you go into her room and you see piles of clothes on the floor and like trash on her desk, like her side of the room is not clean at all, wouldn't you want to say something? Why would you want to continue dating someone that's like not keeping up with their stuff, or like not taking care of their stuff? Like, their clothes are on the floor in piles. I have pictures of this. Like, it's just, to me, it might have not seemed dirty to nobody, but to me, the way I was raised, I have a Jamaican mother and she does not play that. Probably a couple days after I meet her boyfriend. Whenever I'm not in the room, like in class or just when I go home, he will be in there. And one day I don't remember where I was coming from. I think I was coming from class or something, and they were like leaving. So I was coming in and they were leaving. Not one word is being said to me. Like, no hi, no hey, how you doing? Like, nothing. I'm a stranger. They probably don't even recognize me. Like, they don't see me. And when I walked in the room, I saw 2 cups on her desk. I was like, oh, they was probably drinking something. It wasn't bothering me. But as time went on, 2 weeks rolled by and those 2 cups are still on her desk. And I didn't say anything because it's not like 2 cups were bothering me. She came in the room and I wasn't in the room, so I'm guessing she moved the 2 cups from her desk and put them by the sink area in our room where we brush our teeth and do our hair. She put it on her side of the sink, but still it's on our sink, the 2 cups. So probably a week rolled by and 2 cups are still there, and it didn't start bothering me until I start to smell what was in it. And there were stuff in the cup, and when I smelt it, it smelled like throw up. It smelled like throw up to where I can still smell it. Like, I would be like gagging. Like, it stunk so bad. And I texted her like, yo, what are you doing with these 2 cups? Because they started to smell like throw up. Are you gonna wash them out or not? And she texted me back and was like, oh yeah, my bad. When I come back, I'm gonna wash them out. Sorry about that. And after she sent that text, she did not come to that room for 3 days. So those cups will still smelling for 3 more days in the sink. Not in the sink, but next to the sink. And I'm not touching them because it's not my cups and I don't know what's in it. So that's nasty. So finally she did come back to the room, and when she came back, she moved the 2 cups from our sink area in our room and put it next to the sink in the kitchenette. She didn't put them in the sink, she put it next to the sink. Still ain't washed it out yet. She just moved it. Those cups sat by that sink for a day, I think, or 2. Say she put those cups on Friday. On Sunday, my door was closed. The door to my room was closed. I was in the room. My roommate was in the room, and her boyfriend, her new boyfriend, was in the room. And they were on her bed, like watching whatever on Netflix, and I was trying to order something. I was trying to order makeup. So I was focused on my laptop and they were focused on whatever they were watching. So I hear my sweet mate. Do I want to give her a name? I'll call her Kim. Whatever. I'll call her Kim. Kim was in the kitchen washing dishes, and her boyfriend was with her in the kitchen, and they were talking while she was doing the dishes. And as she was doing the dishes, I hear her say, "Oh my gosh, what are in these cups? They stink so bad. It smells like throw up." And while she's doing this, she's like, like gagging type. And her boyfriend was like, "Wait, let me see." Keep in mind the door is closed. I'm just hearing this. And roommate and her boyfriend are still in the bed watching Netflix. Kim's boyfriend was looking in the cups and he was washing it out, and he said, "Yep, that's spoiled chocolate milk, and it looks like it's been in the cup for like a month." And I'm just like, girl, you could not wash out your chocolate milk? You wanted to leave it out to the point where it start getting spoiled and stinks? And she's still in the bed with her boyfriend, not saying anything about her spoiled milk being in her cups. That's just nasty. Oh my gosh. And I hear Kim's boyfriend ask, "Whose cups are these?" And she says, "They're not mine, and they're not her roommate." And she says, Shantae doesn't really use the kitchen, so I know it's not hers. So it must be Abby's, my roommate's. And when she says this, she does not get up from her bed and say, "Yeah, sorry about that, I was gonna wash it out, blah blah blah." She's still in her bed laying next to her boyfriend watching Netflix and pretending like she doesn't hear all this happening. She just pretends she doesn't hear this happening. So ever since then, I was just like, that's just dirty. Like, ew. And her boyfriend must be dirty too if he with her. So that's happening. And you know, it's getting colder, so it's probably like November, and it was raining one day. This is another time, like, this is, I don't know, I can't put this in a timeline, but this is, I could just tell like the mini stories in this one story. That was one with the 2 cups, that's disgusting. And now this one is a whole nother time period. So it was raining a lot that week, and I remember walking to my dorm, and as I'm walking, I see my roommate, Abby. I see her walking towards, like, trying to walk past me, and it's raining, so I have an umbrella. She is just walking in the rain without a care in the world. So I'm just like, I stopped and I looked back at her, and I was just like, why does she not have an umbrella on and she just walking? Like, it's a sunny day. She's walking. But I was just like, that ain't none of my business, so let me keep moving. So a couple days later, she comes in the room and she's sick. I wonder why. She's sick and she's sneezing and she's mainly coughing, and she's just sick, and she stays in the room the whole day. Me, on the other hand, I went home because I didn't want to be in the room with her while she's sick, because I get sick easily. And actually, I got sick because of her. So I come back from home and it's nighttime, and I have a class the next day. I have an 8 a.m. class the next day, and I was supposed to have an exam that morning. So after I was done studying, I turned out my light at like 11. I turned out my light and I was trying to go to sleep, but Abby just kept coughing and coughing, like dry coughing. Like, it's not like, and it was loud too because she wasn't covering her mouth. Like, you would think somebody sleeping literally next to you in the next bed, and you would like be generous enough to like cover your mouth or use your blanket to cover your mouth to suppress the loudness of your cough, and you're not doing it. So I just thought that was disrespectful, and she kept this coughing fit going on until 5 a.m. So she kept coughing for 5 hours. I have an 8 a.m. class and I had to wake up at 6:30 so I can get extra studying time before doing this test. And I went to sleep at 5 a.m. and I had to wake up an hour and a half later. Like, after that, I was done with her. Like, at that point, I wanted to fight. I wanted her to say something to me so I don't know, I wanted a reason. I was so annoyed. I wanted to just put my hands on her. Like, it was so annoying, the fact that you can see I'm studying, so you know I have a test coming up, and you're coughing until 5 a.m. Like, there will be times where she'll stop for like 2 minutes and I'm dozing off and she starts to cough and it's loud to the point where I'm flinching out my sleep. And I can't sleep until 5 a.m. because you can't cover your mouth and learn to buy an umbrella. I'm pretty sure they have umbrellas at the bookstore, sweetheart. After that, I was fed up. I was so fed up with her. Another thing with her was that I have nothing against other races, but for some reason, my suite mates and my roommate were all white. So it was 3 white girls and me, which I don't know how that happened. I mean, I didn't have a problem with it because my suite mates were cool. And it was just that she shedded a lot. Like, I don't know why. My roommate shedded a lot, like all over the floor. It was just hair, and it's not mine, obviously. Long straight hair, long straight red hair, like, and I'm the type of person, I hate when hair touches me. If it's not attached to your head and it's just loose hair that touches me, ugh, I hated it ever since I was little, and I still do. So I had to walk around with shoes. One of my suite mates, she shedded a lot too, and it would be in the kitchen because she'll always be in the kitchen. And it was, oh my gosh. First of all, she got clothes on the floor. Her desk is not clean, so her whole side of the room is dirty. And then she got her hair on the floor and in the bathroom. Oh my god, in the bathroom and in the sink. It wasn't for me. Next semester rolls by. Christmas break happened. I was so happy to get up out of there because I was so tired of seeing that girl's face. She barely slept there, but from her coming in and out and with her boyfriend too, I was tired of seeing her face. So I could not wait for next semester to happen because I plan on getting my room changed because I felt like I couldn't do anymore. When the next semester rolled by, I went to, I don't know what you would call it. It's people like rooming people. I don't know what to call them. I forgot. But I asked them when's the next room swap event because I want my room changed. I'm putting my hands on her. I can't. She's nasty. She's disrespectful and just is weird. And he told me it's at the end of the month. So at the end of the month, go to the event and they're gonna take care of me. So I was like, cool. So January 28th, I think 27th, I don't remember, but it was the end of the month and the room swap event was that day, and it started at 7. So at 6:30 I was getting ready to like head out because I needed my room changed and my roommate wasn't in the room at the time. But I have her Snapchat. On her Snapchat, she has her location on and she has the little Bitmoji. So wherever she was, and when she opened Snapchat, I could know where her location was. I wasn't a stalker. Don't do that. For some reason, something told me to check her location. So I did, and lo and behold, she is at that room swap event. When I tell you, I never been so happy. Oh my gosh, I was so happy. I was calling everybody. I was calling my mom, my dad, my best friend, my boyfriend. I was calling all of them. It was like, bruh, she getting her room changed. She get her room changed. I was so happy. Words cannot describe how happy I was, because it's the beginning of a new semester, and I don't know how much more I could have took. I don't know how much more I could have took. I don't know if I could have did it. After that whole coughing fit, I wanted to put my hands on her. And I was just so happy. So I didn't even bother going to that room swap event because she doing my work for me. So after that day, she never came back to the room. Her stuff, all her stuff was still there. Like her clothes, her bedding, like all her stuff was still there. But she never came back to the room. She probably came back from January to March. She probably came back like 2 times to get whatever stuff she had. And not all her stuff, but like extra clothes. She came like 2 times. And that was it. I had my own room at that point. I was still having iffy feelings because I thought when you're supposed to change your room, you're supposed to move out all your stuff. But she never came back, and I was too happy. I had my own room, and because I didn't have any friends, I stayed in my room the majority of the time. So now that she's gone, I could play my music out loud. I could watch my TV at whatever volume I wanted, and I could finally clean without me having to worry about it getting messy again because of her. Like, I was so happy. Like, I don't think anybody understands. I was so happy. But we had to move out in the middle of March because coronavirus hit hard. Snatched everybody out they dorms, like. So now the semester is finally over. Semester ended today. Final grades were put in today. So now I hope I don't have to see that girl again. I don't want to see her again. I don't want to see her at all. Side note, before I even try to end this, side note, I forgot to tell the fact that she never cleaned anything. Although she had her clothes on the floor, there'll be like a couple times where she would like pick them up, but she'll still have like one pile on the floor. I don't know why, but she never cleaned, like as in the bathroom. I was the only one cleaning the bathroom and the sink area where you brush your teeth and stuff. I was sweeping the floors. Like, I was the only one cleaning, which I thought wasn't fair, because I'm like, how you shower in here too, you pee in this toilet too, like, why am I the only one cleaning this bathroom? But I couldn't tell her that because she would make it to where I wasn't in the room. Whenever I wasn't in the room, she was in the room. So although she didn't have my location, she always knew, like, whenever I wasn't in the room. I don't know how, but I rarely saw her face to face. So yeah, that was my horrible roommate experience. I hope I don't have to put up with that again, because if so, I'm gonna have to get my own apartment or something. I mean, next semester I have another roommate. I already met her. We talked. Me and her are cool. Like, we got a lot in common, so hopefully that goes good. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it wasn't a horrible experience, but to me it was traumatizing. If y'all would just live in it and just see it, y'all would understand. Because anybody else I complained to about this, they told me, you need to get out of there, that's bad, like, ew. Probably leaving stuff out by accident because I simply don't remember some things. I don't know why, but it just wasn't for me. So thank you for watching my video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.